In the last couple of months, several reports were published in different parts of the world which accused India of running espionage operations. Earlier this week, the Australian Broadcasting Corporation (ABC) stated that Indian spies have been expelled from Australia after being caught trying to steal sensitive, classified, and critical information about defense projects and other security related details. Similarly, American based The Washington Post has reported and named a purported RAW official who allegedly ordered the assassination of Khalistani supporter and separatist Gurpatwant Singh Pannu in the US. Another report by the UK based The Guardian alleged that New Delhi had ordered the killing of 20 individuals involved in terrorist activities in India and Pakistan. The report also claimed that India is influenced by agencies like KGB and Mossad. The Canadian media have been reporting on the killing of another Khalistani, Hardeep Singh Nijjar. And according to Canadian PM Justin Trudeau, India is perhaps the mastermind. Though India has staunchly denied all these allegations, India simply refused to entertain the absurd and politically motivated remarks by the Canadian PM and accused the Canadian government to harbor terrorists on their soil. Delhi has described the reports published in the Australian media as speculative. In a report of the Washington Post, the Ministry of External Affairs spokesperson said that the report makes baseless and unwarranted commentaries on a serious matter and made sure to point out that the probe is ongoing into the security concerns shared by the US government on nexus of organized crimes, terrorism, etc. But it is important to note here that the major allegations and accusations came from the member countries of Five Eyes intelligence sharing network, which involves the US, the UK, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. India shares a strategic partnership with the US and Australia, coupled with important evolving groups like the Quad. They have robust and reciprocal relationships and invested heavily on each other. However, with the Pannoon assassination plot, they have drawn a line and conveyed to India not to take them for granted. It appears like the strategic circles of India have faced an unprecedented setback, and it seems like an orchestrated effort by the Five Eyes to push back India's covert operations. However, the Indian foreign policy doctrine of the current regime has considered espionage and overseas operations in the interest of national security and said that should not be seen with suspicions. In fact, the former top spy Vikram Sood also wrote in his book, The Unending Game, a former RAW chief's insight into espionage, that intelligence should be defined as a secret activity which is conducted at the behest of the government, which further assists the government in taking decisions to prevent potential threats and priorities national interest and security by providing knowledge in advance. This helps the nations to be prepared and equipped under any circumstance and avoid any ambush in the foreseeable future. It is a well-known theory, or rather a fact today, that amongst the strategic circles and groups, almost all the countries have spies in other countries. The foreign media is blowing this out of proportion and is hunting India. It is a convoluting stance portrayed by the Five Eyes that all states spies, and when they are being spied on, they get annoyed. It is a convoluting stance portrayed by the Five Eyes that all states spies, and when they are being spied on, they get annoyed. Despite the Five Eyes have strong ties in India, which goes beyond the regular convergences of political and economic bandwidth and also includes intelligence sharing and defense, perceives India as a heavy counterweight to the common enemy, China. They do not appreciate India's espionage operations. They school India for not indulge in such acts where they have been far too involved while running covert operations. This is blatant hypocrisy. If the Five Eyes have the right to paramount their national interest, so why should India be subservient? It should be able to map out its national interest and national security plan of actions without any inhibitions. The relations that India has established with the West and its allies have been at its best in the recent decades. But as we know, how such relations are always in flux. There is no guarantee. Even though India shares a good rapport and regard in the world today, it will be a huge mistake to lower the guard or to even think to scale down the intelligence activity. Thanks for watching.